Once Dragon is released, it will slowly start to drift away from the space station to perform a number of burns and prep for the deorbit burn currently scheduled for 1:05 p.m. Central Time tomorrow afternoon. The piece that actually will survive coming through the Earth's atmosphere and the deorbit burn is the capsule itself. The rest will burn up upon re-entry of the Earth's atmosphere. We're looking for an approximate splashdown time of 1:53 p.m. Central Time, 2:53 p.m. Eastern Time, off the coast of Florida. You're currently seeing inside Mission Control at Hawthorne, California for SpaceX. This control room, along with Mission Control Houston, will be in joint operations until the spacecraft exits the approach ellipsoid. That's that imaginary sphere around the International Space Station, keeping it safe if the spacecraft was to lose control to or from the space station.
Station Houston on 2 for Dragon undocking status.
On 2.
We have polled the teams. Dragon is go for undocking and departure. We're targeting on time at 1500.
All right, copy, go for undocking at 1500. Thanks.
Good copy.
And you just heard Capcom or Capsule Communicator Michael Ellsworth reporting to Jessica Watkins that they are go for undock, which is on time. He said 1500, but that is going to be 10 a.m. Central Time. You're currently seeing views of the flight director, Allison Boglinger, and Capcom Michael Ellsworth. The station is currently in orbital nighttime, flying 266 statute miles above the Earth. It's flying currently off the coast of Australia.
Incubator unit door. This time you will install the other interface unit in your next activity. And if you could zoom out the camera a little bit, that would be great.
Not sure I understood correctly. Do you want me to skip step 8?
Yes, Samantha, that is correct. You will install the other interface unit in your next activity, so you can leave it open.
Okay, then I will move on to step 9.
We concur. You are going step 9er.
In just about 9 minutes from that undock command being sent to the International Space Station for Dragon to depart, to be sent to Dragon for Dragon to depart the International Space Station at 10 a.m. Central Time. NASA astronauts Jessica Watkins and Bob Hines finished up preparations for Dragon's departure just about an hour and a half ago, closing Dragon's hatch around 8:25 a.m. Central Time. Watkins and Hines are a part of Crew 4, which launched on April 27, 2022. Also on board is Expedition 67 consists of NASA astronauts Kjell Lindgren, Bob Hines, Jessica Watkins, and ESA astronaut or European Space Agency astronaut Samantha Cristoforetti, Russian cosmonauts Denis Matveyev, Oleg Artemyev, and Sergei Korsakov. The Crew 4 is scheduled to return to Earth later this fall. Over the next several minutes, ground teams will send an undock command for Cargo Dragon. This will begin the process of 2 sets of 6 hooks to be released. This will take just about 5 minutes to complete. We're looking for that command to be sent up around 10 a.m. Central Time.
Thanks, Samantha. The view is great. Station Scuba Space Ground 2 for Samantha. Let's switch over to Space Ground 4 for the time being.
If you're just joining us, you're watching live coverage here in the International Space Station Flight Control Room, awaiting the departure of the Dragon cargo craft. We're just about 5 minutes from the command being sent to Dragon to undock autonomously from the International Space Station. Departure time is currently scheduled for 10:05 a.m. Central Time, 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time. Once it gets released, Dragon will slowly start to drift away from the space station to perform a number of burns and prep for the deorbit burn scheduled for 1:05 p.m. Central Time tomorrow afternoon. We're looking for an approximate splashdown time of 1:53 p.m. Central Time, 2:53 p.m. Eastern, off the coast of Florida. Dragon's journey to the International Space Station began on July 14th when the spacecraft launched on a Falcon 9 rocket from the Space Launch Complex 39A at Cape Canaveral, Florida. The spacecraft lifted off over the Florida coast with more than 5,800 pounds of science investigation and supplies to begin its two-day journey to the International Space Station. Originally scheduled for a launch on June 10th, the launch was rescheduled to allow SpaceX time to troubleshoot issues with high readings of hydrazine propellant. Dragon was successfully launched to the International Space Station aboard a Falcon 9 rocket on July 14th and successfully docked to the International Space Station 2 days later on July 16th. Dragon arrived and docked to the Harmony module where we see it located today. Dragon arrived with over 5,800 pounds of cargo, including 829 pounds of crew supplies, 2,468 pounds of science investigations, and 400 pounds of spacewalk equipment. And now, just about 2 minutes out from that command being sent for Dragon's undock, we'll wait and listen in. And the undock sequence has been commanded. Umbilicals are retracting. Umbilicals are demated from Dragon. And the first set of hooks are in work. And the first set of hooks are open.
Station Houston on Space Ground 2 for Dragon. First set of hooks are open. Dragon is committed to undock.
Station copies.
And the second set of hooks are working. And we're currently seeing our first views of Cargo Dragon as the sun rises and we enter an orbital daytime. All hooks are open.
Station Houston, all hooks open.
Station copies.
Dragon separation confirmed.
Station copies.
And Dragon is currently drifting away from the station, and you can see some burns here from their thrusters, pushing them back slowly away from the International Space Station. Dragon departure was confirmed at 10:05 a.m. as Dragon and the International Space Station was flying 259 statute miles above Earth, above the South Pacific Ocean, off the coast of Hawaii.
Station Houston, Dragon departure burn 0 complete.
Station copies.
And Dragon is currently about 34 meters away from the International Space Station. We'll look for some milestones as Dragon continues to depart. The first of those milestones is about 200 meters away, and we call that the keep out sphere. And then the next milestone we'll look for is Dragon exiting the approach ellipsoid, that 4 kilometer by 2 kilometer by 2 kilometer ellipsoid around the International Space Station. These are invisible lines around the station monitored by the flight controllers using rules to govern approaching and departing vehicles from the station. If you're just joining us, you're watching live coverage of the departure of Dragon cargo craft for the SpaceX CRS-25 mission. Cargo Dragon had a successful undocking at 10:05 a.m. Central Time, 11:05 a.m. Eastern. Dragon is currently about 94 meters away from the International Space Station. We'll be looking for two milestones this morning. The first being the Keep Out Sphere, 200 meters away from the International Space Station. The second being the Approach Ellipsoid. We're currently seeing camera views of Depart Burn 1. You can see those thrusters firing.
Station Houston, Depart Burn 1 complete.
Station copies.
And Dragon has exited the Keep Out Sphere.
Station Houston, Dragon has exited the Keep Out Sphere.
Station copies.
If you're just joining us, you're watching live coverage of the departure of Dragon cargo craft for the SpaceX CRS-25 mission. Dragon had a successful departure of 10:05 a.m. Central Time, 11:05 a.m. Eastern. Dragon is currently 348 meters away from the International Space Station. It has crossed that keep-out sphere, that first milestone that we look for, and we're awaiting for the approach ellipsoid, that next milestone, putting Dragon far enough away from the International Space Station. At that time, we'll end joint operations with SpaceX in Hawthorne, California, and we'll hand back over command of Dragon to SpaceX. We're looking for approximate splashdown time tomorrow of 1. We're looking for approximate splashdown time tomorrow of 1:53 p.m. Central Time, 2:53 p.m. Eastern Time, off the coast of Florida. We're in a brief handover between satellites. You'll have views of Dragon as we get the signal back. Cargo Dragon brought up about 5,800 pounds of science, hardware, and investigations for the crew. On its way back, Cargo Dragon will return research cargo samples. Return cargo will be samples, hardware, and data from completed investigations, one of which will be the space impact on materials. The Materials International Space Station Experiment 15 NASA, or MISSY 15 NASA experiment tests, qualifies, and quantifies the impact of low Earth orbit environment on new materials and components, such as spacecraft materials and wearable radiation protection. Successful experiment results could have applications both in the harsh environments of space and on Earth. Another experiment coming back on CRS-25 is the Spacesuit Evaporation Rejection Flight Experiment, or SERFI, which demonstrates a new technology using water evaporation to remove heat from spacesuits and maintain appropriate temperatures for crew members and equipment during spacewalks. The investigation determines whether microgravity affects performance and evaluates the technology effect on contamination and corrosion of spacesuit materials. Another investigation that's coming home is the European Space Agency sponsored investigation Bioprint First Aid handheld bioprinter. Bioprint First Aid enables the rapid use of formally prepared bioinks containing the patient's own cells to form a Band-Aid patch in the case of an injury. These are just a few of the hundreds of investigations currently being conducted aboard the orbiting laboratory in the areas of biology and biotechnology, physical science, and Earth and space science. Advances in these areas will help keep astronauts healthy during long-duration space travel and demonstrate technologies for future human and robotic exploration beyond low Earth orbit to the Moon and Mars through NASA's Artemis program. Dragon is currently 679 meters away from the International Space Station. We're looking for it to cross the approach ellipsoid. That's that second milestone and that invisible line around the station that protects it for 24 hours if the spacecraft were to lose control to or from the International Space Station.
Station on 2 for VIP conference.
Go ahead, Farmer.
Yeah, hey, I was just trying to get an update on overall plan here. I assume we'll be using the ATU for comm, and then what's the latest on video?
We are working on a downlink right now. And do you have one routed?
I'm in Columbus, so Columbus camcorder.
Okay, we're routing it now, and you are correct. We'll use the ATU.
Copy that.
After Dragon crosses the approach ellipsoid, joint operations will end and will wrap up coverage, and responsibility for the vehicle is handed back to the SpaceX flight control team in Hawthorne, California. 788 meters away from the International Space Station currently, looking for it to cross the approach ellipsoid in just a few minutes. If you're just joining us, you're watching live coverage of the departure of Cargo Dragon from the International Space Station. Today at 10 a.m. Central Time, the undock command was sent. Cargo Dragon had a successful undock at 10:05 a.m. Central Time as Dragon and the ISS was flying 259 statute miles above the South Pacific Ocean off the coast of Hawaii. Dragon has crossed the keep-out sphere, and next immediate steps are looking for Dragon to cross the approach ellipsoid. Dragon is scheduled to deorbit tomorrow and enter the Earth's atmosphere, making a final splashdown off the coast of Florida around 1:53 p.m. Central Time.
Dragon is outside the approach ellipsoid on a 24-hour safe-free drift trajectory. Goodbye to Dragon. Thank you for all the supplies and science. We're looking forward to your return to Earth.
Copies all, and congratulations to the team on the successful SpaceX 25 mission.
And you just heard confirmation from Capcom or capsule communicator Michael Ellsworth to the crew aboard the International Space Station that Dragon has indeed crossed the approach ellipsoid. You heard NASA astronaut Jessica Watkins give congratulations and a successful mission for CR-25.
Station Houston on 2 for Farmer. Hey, if that pink light is bothering you, we can't turn it off, but you can put something up to cover it up if you need to.
You don't think it brings out the blue?
Oh, we were commenting, you do look good in a pink light.
I figure with all the color I've lost since I've been up here that actually adds a nice hue.
We copy. You can do whatever you need to with it.
I'm liking this VCTV thing. It's kind of cool to be able to see you guys when I'm talking to you.
That's a firm.
Cargo Dragon had a successful undock at 10:05 a.m. Central Time as Dragon International Space Station was flying 259 statute miles above the South Pacific Ocean. Dragon is now confirmed out of the keep-out sphere and the approach ellipsoid, and this will wrap up our coverage for today. Thanks for joining our live coverage of what's going on about 250 miles above the Earth. We're signing off now. This is Mission Control Houston.